Hey, how y'all doing out there? Back at you again with another video. Today I'd like to do just a quick comparison between the Google Pixel 3a XL and the OnePlus 7T Pro. Now, of course, both of these devices came out in 2019. They're both very good devices, and you're going to get more value from one than you would the other. But I'll say also that may come down to just personal preference, because what I might like or need, the next person may not want or need on their devices. Some people like a really simplistic Android experience. Some others, like me, that's more into more features, more customization. So at the end of the day, it's always going to come down to personal preference. Now, with the Google Pixel 3a XL, it comes fully unlocked, so you can use it on all the carriers. So I know for some people that's really important. So you don't have to worry about if you have Verizon or Sprint that you can't use it. So you can use it on all your carriers. However, on the OnePlus 7T Pro, you can only use it for T-Mobile or Sprint, GSM only. So companies like T-Mobile and AT&T, you can definitely use the OnePlus 7T Pro, GSM only. But on the Google Pixel 3a XL, is good for all your carriers. All right, so let's get this comparison started. So first thing we're going to look at is build quality. Now, with the Google Pixel 3a XL, you have the polycarbonate back, and the frame basically is built with plastic. Now, let me say this also, it has the Dragon Trail glass on the front, so no Gorilla Glass. Now, I'm going to say, as far as the build quality, I know you just heard me say it's basically plastic, which it is, but I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to be completely honest with you, it does not feel, to me, it does not feel like plastic at all. It has a very good quality, build quality to it, and it is very comfortable to hold in the hand. Very comfortable. Like, you can easily use this phone without a case, no issues whatsoever. Now, and I forgot to do this, this is the Google Pixel 3a XL, and this is the OnePlus 7T Pro. All right? So, excellent build quality on the Google Pixel 3a XL. Even though it's a plastic frame and a plastic build pretty much, it's still good quality. Very comfortable to hold in the hand. And the thing that's really good about it, if you drop it, for you know, wherever you drop it at, you're not going to worry about it shattering. You might get some scuffs or some scratches on it, but you're definitely not going to break it, as opposed to the OnePlus 7T Pro, which has Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and the back. You drop that, you're going to shatter it. Because why? Because it's glass, and glass shatters. All right? So, with the OnePlus 7T Pro, you got Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and the back, and it has an aluminum frame. So it's a little more built, a little bit better overall. Which one feels better? Now, that's still going to come down to personal preference. But if you take the case off both, which I have a case on both of them, when you just basically hold both in your hand, as far as quality, the OnePlus 7T Pro is going to feel a little bit better. It's going to feel more premium. You know, it's going to feel like something you paid a lot of money for, as opposed to the 3a XL. So when it comes to build quality overall, you got to go with the OnePlus 7T Pro as far as build quality overall. But both of them have excellent build quality. Next thing, the Google Pixel 3a XL. Prices, I've seen it on eBay from $200 to $350. And that's pre-owned, refurbished, open box, or brand new. So the price you're going to get for this is pretty good. Especially right now with things the way they are. And I'm going to tell y'all, nobody should be going out there spending anywhere between $1,000 to $1,600 on no device. It's not even worth it, honestly. I don't care if the camera is 3,000 zoom. It just makes no sense. And nobody needs a camera that does 100 times zoom anyway. It's just not necessary unless you're some kind of stalker or something like that. You know, like, and then I've seen the footage on it. It looks terrible. So I don't see the point in that. I really don't. So I know some of them high-end type phones have really good specs, but I'm telling you, The time we living in, and people are more concerned about making sure their families eat and their bills get paid. Ain't nobody trying to fill no $1,000 to $1,600 phone. It's just not worth it when you could get a great device, some with all the bells and whistles like older flagships, what I did a video on that earlier, way lower price, and you get value for your money and something that's not going to break the bank and you can live with it. So there's no need in going out here paying these astronomical prices for these newer devices. And if these manufacturers were smart, they would come out with these newer devices at way less money, especially now. All right. All right, let me continue with the OnePlus 7T Pro. Average price that I've seen, and this is mostly on eBay. Amazon's a little more expensive. This phone is going to start at $500 upwards to $1,300. So this phone still holds its value pretty well for a phone that came out, late last year. It still holds its value pretty well. So it starts out, the lowest prices I've seen for it was at $500, upwards of $1,300, and that's pre-owned, refurbished, open box, or brand new. So you're going to get way more value, and I'm talking about as far as price, with the Google Pixel 3a XL, because the starting price $200, upwards of only $350. So I would go with, if you're concerned about spending money, if money is a major issue, I would go with the Google Pixel 3a XL. Next thing, the Google Pixel 3a XL display. So you're looking here at a 6.6-inch OLED display. And I'm going to tell you right now, the display on this device is absolutely beautiful. It's adequately bright, it's sharp, the color reproduction is excellent. Of course, Samsung makes the display. It is absolutely beautiful. I love the display on the Google Pixel 3a XL. I love it. Now, it's not a Quad HD display, but it's an OLED display, and it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's so beautiful, it actually looks like a Quad HD display, but it's not. With the OnePlus 7T Pro, you're looking at here a 6.67-inch Quad HD AMOLED Fluid 90 Hertz refresh rate display. So you of course, you automatically thinking, because I said it's a Quad HD display, you're getting a superior display. Now, to some people, it depends on, I guess, your eyes and how you look at it. You may say this one is just better because it's Quad HD. Not necessarily. In my opinion, with the display on both these devices, I say it's even, because both of them have absolutely beautiful displays. I don't think one display is better than the other. I think they're even when it comes to display, even though this one is Quad HD. The only thing that I would give edge to this display is the fact that there's basically no bezels on this display at all, and you're getting more display at 6.67-inch display, and also you're getting that 90 hertz refresh rate, which makes the scrolling experience super fast and super smooth. That's the real deal. I mean, it's really nice. I love that. Okay, so you're gonna get a very fluid and smooth experience with the OnePlus 7T Pro over the Google Pixel 3a XL. But I'm telling you right now, the display on this, you're not going to be disappointed with it at all. It's excellent. Next thing, the Google Pixel 3a XL has an always-on display. The OnePlus 7T Pro does not have an always-on display. And that's something that's important to me, because I love always-on displays. I'm spoiled by them. Between Samsung and LG, they make the best always-on display, even though Samsung makes a better always-on display, to me slightly better than LG, but LG is definitely second when it comes to always-on displays. Google really needs to do a little bit better, make it a little more interactive, make it bigger, make it brighter, give you more options. They don't give you any options at all. What they give you is all you get. So, but at least it does have an always-on display where it shows the time, the day, and your notifications. Also, if there's music playing in the background, you'll see the song at the bottom of the display, which I think that's pretty cool. All right, next thing, Google Pixel 3a XL, no HDR10. The OnePlus 7T Pro, HDR10 Plus. Okay. Now, that's not everything. When I'm watching movies on the Google Pixel 3 AXL, movie quality and picture quality is excellent. So you're going to get an excellent media experience on both these. So that's not everything. Like I said, specs on paper is not everything. It's going to come down to performance. Okay. All right. Next thing, the Google Pixel 3 AXL, Snapdragon 670. So this is a mid-tier processor, as opposed to the OnePlus 7T Pro has the Snapdragon 855 Plus. So does that make a difference? Absolutely. Because with the OnePlus 7T Pro, this thing is blazing fast and very, very smooth. Okay. This is definitely not keeping up with this. I mean, I'm not saying the Google Pixel 3 AXL is not slow by any means, but it doesn't compare when it comes to speed and fluidity of the OnePlus 7T Pro. Okay. All right. Next thing, the Google Pixel 3 AXL has 4 gigs of RAM. The OnePlus 7T Pro has 8 gigs of RAM. So when it comes down to RAM, I'm always going with the phone that has the most RAM, because you can hold more apps in the background. And that's important to me. That's not important to everybody. So like I said, with these things, it always comes down to personal preference. But I'm always going to take the device with the most RAM, especially if the RAM management is good. And the RAM management for the OnePlus 7T Pro is excellent. It's okay for the Google Pixel 3 XL, but it's not as good as the OnePlus 7T Pro. Next thing, Google Pixel 3 AXL, 64 gigs of internal memory. The OnePlus 7T Pro, 256 gigs of internal memory. So, of course, you know I'm going to go with the OnePlus 7T Pro. I mean, look at 256 gigs of internal memory. Of course I'm going with that, because I'm the type of person that needs a lot of storage. Because I download a lot of movies. I take a lot of videos, music. I need the storage. I need that. Okay. 64 is not enough. It's just not. Not even 128 is enough. It's just not. Really, I prefer a phone that starts out at 512 and then you let me expand it up to a terabyte. I'm cool with that. Okay. All right, next thing, Google Pixel 3 AXL dual stereo speakers. And I'm going to tell you right now, the speakers on the Pixel sound absolutely excellent. I mean, they really, really sound good. You get a nice, loud, and full stereo sound. It sounds really, really good. They got 2 speakers at the bottom, and you got 1 coming through the earpiece. With the OnePlus 7T Pro, you also have dual stereo speakers, but you have 1 speaker at the bottom, 1 speaker coming through the earpiece. And they sound good, but the sound quality I like better on the Google Pixel 3 AXL. Now, the OnePlus 7T Pro speakers are a little louder, just a little louder, but the quality of sound that comes from the Google Pixel 3 AXL is better in my opinion. Next thing, Google Pixel 3 AXL, 3.5mm headphone jack, which is going to be on the top of the device. The OnePlus 7T Pro, no 3.5mm headphone jack. Now, to me, that matters. That's important, because I like the sound that comes out of a headphone jack as opposed to Bluetooth. Now, has Bluetooth gotten better? Yes, the technology has definitely gotten better, but when I want the best sound, I want that wired connection. And to me, there was no reason for OnePlus to take that headphone jack away, especially with their phone not even being IP68 water and dust resistance. I don't even see the point. So I don't even see the point of them doing that, except they were following Apple, because Apple was the first one to remove the headphone jack, and then OnePlus removed the headphone jack, and then Samsung removed the headphone jack, then Google removed the headphone jack. It's just ridiculous. The only company that has yet to do it, and I hope they don't do it, it seems like they're standing firm with keeping it, is LG, because of that hi-fi quad DAC. So, but everybody else seem to be removing it, like the higher price devices are all removing the headphone jack. Now, the mid-tier and the budget devices still got a headphone jack. All right. So neither one has a headphone jack. Next thing, Google Pixel 3 AXL, no headphones in the box. The OnePlus 7T Pro, no headphones in the box. Don't understand that for either one, because a lot of companies, even $200 devices or even cheaper, give you a set of headphones. And I don't understand how these people can charge you $500 or more for a device and can't give you a set of headphones. It's ridiculous. Next thing, Google Pixel 3a XL, no wireless charging. The OnePlus 7T Pro also no wireless charging. Now, to me, that's important because I need wireless charging. I use wireless charging every day. Now, can I use a phone that don't have it? Of course, because I mean, I have both of these devices, but I prefer a device that has wireless charging. I really like the convenience of wireless charging, just putting your phone up on the dock and just walking away, letting it charge. Mostly I use it overnight. Then when I'm done, all I do is just take it off and go. I don't have to unplug anything. And I like that convenience. Next thing, Google Pixel 3a XL, no IP68 water and dust resistance. The OnePlus 7T Pro also no IP68 water and dust resistance. Next thing, Google Pixel 3a XL, no expandable memory. Also, the OnePlus 7T Pro, no expandable memory. I don't like that in either one because I need expandable memory. Now, even though this one has 256 gigs, which I can live with, I can work with that. But I've always preferred devices that have expandable memory because I need it. For I guess your average consumer, 64 is enough, and 256 for most is probably more than enough, but not for me. Everybody's different. I like the option of having expandable memory. So neither one of these have that, but you're definitely going to get more internal storage on the OnePlus 7T Pro, if that matters to you. Next thing, the Google Pixel 3a XL, Android 10, stock Android experience. So you're getting pure stock Android. For those Android purists out there that, that's all you care about is stock Android, that's what you're going to get with the Google Pixel 3a XL. You're also going to get upgraded to Android 12. Either Android 12 or Android 11. Okay? If I'm not mistaken, yeah, you're going to get Android 12 because when this was released, I believe it had Android 10 on it already. So, but if I'm wrong, somebody can correct me. But you're definitely going to get the updates when they first come out because this is a Google phone, so Android is the newest version of Android, they're going to get it first, and then everybody else after that. So it's going to be upgradable, at least, I believe, for 2 more versions of Android. So more than likely, you should be getting Android 12. With the OnePlus 7T Pro, you're also going to get Android 10, and you're going to get this upgraded all the way to Android 13 because OnePlus gives you 3 years of updates. So you're going to get Android 13 on this device. Also, it usually gets the newest version of Android right after Google. So they don't take long, and I like that. So that's cool. Okay. Also, the difference between the Android on both of these, with Google Pixel 3a XL, you got stock Android. With the OnePlus 7T Pro, you're using Oxygen OS. Now, which one do I like better? I definitely like the Oxygen OS better because it's way more customizable and it has more features than just plain boring stock Android. Now, that's just me. Now, people used to always say, I want the stock Android. Stock Android is just boring to me. It really is. It's very, very boring. Now, that's just my opinion and my experience. A lot of people may disagree with that, but that's just the way I feel. I prefer a phone that's more customizable and has more features because that's what I'm a feature guy. So I would take OnePlus when it comes to the software easily. Next thing, Google Pixel 3a XL, Bluetooth 5.0, the OnePlus 7T Pro, Bluetooth 5.0. So even with that. Next thing, Google Pixel 3a XL, NFC, the OnePlus 7T Pro, NFC. Next thing, the Google Pixel 3a XL has a fingerprint sensor on the rear. It's circular, and it's very fast and 100% accurate. Love it. No issue with the fingerprint sensor. Excellent fingerprint sensor on the Google Pixel 3a XL. However, the OnePlus 7T Pro has an in-display fingerprint sensor, which is also fast and 100% accurate. Now, it's going to come down to personal preference with that. Some people like the fingerprint sensor on the rear. Some love it built into the display. So it just going to depend on the person. Now, the advantage that this has being on the back is like when you have your phone in your pocket and you go to reach down in your pocket, You could put your index finger or whatever finger you use to open it. You could put it on there and have it already open before you even get it out of your pocket. As opposed to the OnePlus 7T Pro, you got to take it out of your pocket. You got to put the phone up to your face to to make the screen light up, or you could double tap the screen. Then when you see the sensor, you put your finger on it. So you're going to be able to open your phone a lot faster with the Google Pixel 3a XL over the OnePlus 7T Pro. But at the same time, it's still going to come down to personal preference. Some people may like the fact that the fingerprint sensor is embedded in the display, meaning it's futuristic, future-proof. That's where everybody's going, as opposed to the old way where it's on the back. All right. Also, and I forgot to mention, with the fingerprint sensor built into the display on the OnePlus 7T Pro, they give you a little bit of haptic feedback, which I like, a little bit of vibration. And I like that. That's something that Samsung failed to do with the Note 10 Plus. They should have put some haptic feedback when you press the fingerprint sensor. I think that would have really been nice. Next thing, the Google Pixel 3a XL has a 3,700 milliamp battery with 18 watt fast charging. And the OnePlus 7T Pro has a 4,080 milliamp battery with 30 watt warp charging. Now, as far as battery life on both, now I'm going to say this, and I've said it before, battery life is always going to vary depending on who you are and how you use your phone. Now, me, I am a heavy user, but on both of these devices, I can get almost 2 days out of both. Literally. So when it comes to battery life, it's even. Now, I am more impressed with the Google Pixel 3a XL because it has a smaller battery, and I can get the same amount of battery life from this that I do from the OnePlus 7T Pro. So I'm very impressed with both. You're not gonna have an issue with battery life on either phone unless you're shooting a lot of 4K video, things like that. Because one thing I noticed when I shoot a lot of video on my devices, first of all, they get a little warm, and then they tend to use up battery very, very quickly. So if you're the type of person that takes a lot of pictures and shoots a lot of video, you're definitely going to go through your battery a lot faster than the average person. Now, I don't shoot a lot of video except for when I'm doing these videos. That's the only time really that I shoot videos for the most part. Not that I don't shoot videos at all, but for the most part, I make all my videos with my Note 10 Plus because it shoots very excellent video. So, but that's the only time I use up a lot of battery is when I shoot video for the most part, or when I'm watching YouTube videos, or if I'm watching regular videos straight from my phone. But if I'm just using my phone just to text message, surf the net, just your average stuff here and there, your battery life on here, you can get up maybe up to 2 days. So battery life on both is excellent. Now, with the 18 watt fast charging, it's going to take a lot longer to charge this phone, like almost 2 hours, as opposed to just maybe 70 minutes with this one, because you got that 30 watt warp charger. You're just regularly getting 18 watts, which is pretty slow. So as far as charging speeds, the OnePlus 7T Pro blows the Google Pixel out of the water when it comes to charging speeds. Next thing, the Google Pixel 3a XL, no face unlock. The OnePlus 7T Pro definitely has face unlock, and it has a pop-up camera, which I love. You just double tap and the camera comes up really quick and goes down really quick, and I love that. And you can see that on my review of the OnePlus 7T Pro. If you want to see that, I'm not going to do that here because this is pretty much just a comparison video. But it has a pop-up selfie camera. It goes up and goes down really, really fast and very, very smooth. And it does it in almost less than a second, which is extremely impressive, and it's very durable, and it has drop protection. So if the phone feels like it's dropping, the camera will automatically recess before it hits the ground. So that's excellent. Next thing, Google Pixel 3a XL, no screen recording. The OnePlus 7T Pro, screen recording. And for some people, that's important, and that's important to me. I've used screen recording. I like it. It's cool. That's something I would prefer to have on my device. The Google Pixel 3a XL has the squeezeology for the Google Assistant. All you do is squeeze the device, it automatically activates Google Assistant. I absolutely love that, and I wish more manufacturers would put that on their devices because to me, that is the best and fastest way to interact with Google, as opposed to saying, hey, Google, I just like to be able to squeeze my phone and just start talking. Like, at least that's me. I just love that. So I love that feature. Of course, the OnePlus 7T Pro does not have that. You basically have to say, hey, Google, or either go into the Google app and activate it. Also, the Google Pixel 3 AXL has the call screening. The OnePlus 7T Pro does not have call screening. Also, the voice transcribe, the Google Pixel 3 AXL has that built in. With the OnePlus 7T Pro, you can't get it, but you have to download it off the App Store. Next thing. Now, this is the next and last thing. The Google Pixel 3a XL, we're going to start talking about the camera. Now, this phone has one camera on the back and one camera on the rear. Now, I'm not going to get super technical about megapixels and all that. I did that with my review. But this has one lens on the rear, and it takes excellent photos and videos. I'm telling you right now, this camera on these cameras on this phone is absolutely phenomenal. Even the night sight, phenomenal pictures at night, phenomenal. What probably the best camera I have on any of my phones. Now, to me, Google takes the best. They have the best cameras as far as just point and shoot, because I'm really a point and shoot type of guy. I'm not heavily into photography and white balance and ISO and shutter speed. I'm not into all that stuff like a lot of these other reviewers. I'm not into all the super details and what this lens does and that lens does this and the micro mode. I'm just a point and shoot type of guy, and I know what looks good to me. If it looks nice and it's colorful, it's saturated, it's crisp, it's sharp, that's good enough for me. You know, I'm not super technical when it comes to the camera. So I'm just letting y'all know this phone takes phenomenal pictures. My best cameras on phones that I have, of course, it's going to be this. It's going to be my LG V30 and also my Samsung Note 10 Plus. Those are my best camera phones. And of course, I have the Google Pixel 2 XL. Now, this one here doesn't take bad photos either, but it just doesn't compare with the Google. It just doesn't, okay? Now, just to give you a little bit of detail, you get, with the modes, you get the night sight, and I'm talking about the Google Pixel 3 XL. You get in the night sight, you get in portrait mode, and you get in slow motion. And it shoots at 4K at 30 frames per second, and at 1080p at 30 frames per second and 60 frames per second, and also 120 frames per second, okay? All right, now the selfie camera on the front also takes excellent photos, like I said, and it shoots in 1080p at 30 frames per second, and there's no ultra wide on the rear camera on this device. No ultra wide lens. Now, for some of you, you could care less. You don't need ultra wide. But once you have a phone with ultra wide, you get used to it. You kind of don't want to do without it. So it's just going to depend on the person. For me, I prefer a device with ultra wide because I've gotten used to it. And I like the fact that you can just get way more into the picture. Okay, I like that. Even when you're shooting video, you got that ultra wide, you can just get way more into the picture. So I like that. Now, the thing that's a negative or a knock against the Google Pixel 3 AXL is that there's no ultra wide. Now, I'm just saying, as far as I'm concerned, no ultra wide on the rear, no 4K at 60 frames per second, which is a big disappointment because the more frames per second, the smoother and the better looking the picture is going to look, or the video is going to look. So that's something I wish it had. Also, it has no 4K recording on the selfie camera at all, just 1080p. So that's a disappointment. But other than that, if that don't even matter to you, if you're just a person like me that's just point and shoot, then you're going to love the camera on the Google Pixel 3 XL. All right, for the OnePlus 7T Pro, you got 3 cameras on the rear. Okay, you got a telephoto, you got a wide, and you got an ultra wide lens. Okay, takes very good pictures, not phenomenal pictures, but very, very good pictures. I think the average person will enjoy the camera experience on the OnePlus 7T Pro. I don't think you're going to be disappointed in it unless you're heavily in photography and you're very, very picky and you're comparing it to the top tier phones. then you may not like it as much. But if you're just an average person like myself, and you take a picture and you look at him like, oh wow, that looks really good, then you're gonna love the phone. You're gonna love this device. You're gonna love the cameras. Okay. And the fact is, you now on this one you have that ultra wide lens, so that's cool. Okay. Now it shoots at 4K. Talking about the rear cameras, shoots at 4K at 30 frames per second and 60 frames per second, and at 1080p at 30 and 60 frames per second, and 240 frames per second, which is slow motion. And it also shoots at 720p at 960 frames per second, which is super slow motion. Excuse me. So you're not getting super slow motion on the Google Pixel 3a XL, and you're not getting 4K at 30 and 60 frames per second on the Google Pixel 3a XL. Like I said, you're getting on this. So you're getting a lot more shooting modes, and you're getting some more features on the OnePlus 7T Pro over the Google Pixel 3a XL. Also, with the OnePlus 7T Pro, it does have night mode on it. It has portrait mode. It has pro mode. And also with the selfie camera, it shoots at 1080p at 30 frames per second. So no 4K recording on the front camera on the OnePlus 7T Pro. So they're equal when it comes to that. Okay. So that's pretty much my comparison of the Google Pixel 3a XL versus the OnePlus 7T Pro. In my opinion, you can't go wrong with both. You're getting a great device either way you go. Now, which one would I choose? I'm going to have to go with the OnePlus 7T Pro, and I'm going to tell you why. You're getting a larger display. You're getting a display with basically no bezels. You're getting a faster processor. You're getting great battery life. You're getting way more storage at 256 gigs. You're getting way more RAM. You're getting more modes with the camera. Okay? You're going to get, your phone is going to get longer updates because you're going to get Android 13 as opposed to this one is going to get Android 12. So that's the reason why I would take the OnePlus 7T Pro. And also, it charges a lot faster. And I like that pop-up selfie camera. No front-facing camera. I mean, no face unlock on this. With this one, I'm getting face unlock, and I'm getting that fingerprint sensor built into the display. And I like the build quality, the way it feels in my hand on the OnePlus 7T Pro. So that's why I would take it. Also, with the button placement, the power button is at the on the right at the bottom, and the volume buttons are on the left. And then you have the slider I forgot to mention on this way. You could put it on sound, vibrate, or silent. That slider on the side, you don't have that on the Google Pixel 3 XL. And I also don't like the fact that they put the power button way above the volume buttons. I don't like that. Now, I still love this Google Pixel 3 XL. I'm going to tell you why. I love the display. That's the first thing I really love about this device. I love the speakers. I love the fact that it has great cameras. Okay? I love that. I love the fact that it has no notch. I like the fact that it's still going to get 2 more updates of Android and that it runs very fast and very smooth. And I like the call. I like the squeezeology with the Google Assistant. I love and absolutely love the transcribe. I love the call screening. Those are the things I love about this device, and I love the battery life. So either way, you can't go wrong with either device. I love them both. But if I had to pick one, I would definitely have to go with the OnePlus 7T Pro for the reason I just gave you. So once again, I do appreciate you all taking the time to view this content. Thank you to all my subscribers out there. Big shout out to my wife. Love you. And I hope everybody's out there staying safe as you possibly can. I know this is very difficult for all of you. Also for me as well. But hang in there. Things will get better over time. Just got to stay prayerful. All right. God bless you all. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.